Alrighty guys, sorry, I was going to play some Final Fantasy IX today, but I got into exploring a little bit, and I love exploring. I always like finding new things to experience, new things to integrate ourselves in today. Now we do got some free stuff this week though. For Epic Games, I'm not going into like Mortal in the Shell and the World of Warships Anniversary Party Favor. Jurassic World Evolution 2! Holy crud! Next week, we've got Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is something I will maybe try in. I believe I already have Mortal in the Shell. It's already in my library, but it is free for you guys. I just wanted you to know that. But we are going to try something new for all of you. Most of you guys know of my favorite browser, Firefox. I've been using Firefox for probably forever. I will still be using Firefox on my mobile phone. Because unfortunately I don't have any way of accessing another web browser that I don't quite trust or quite use. But we're going to go and we're going to look up a new web browser. I have already installed this on my computer before, but I wanted to show you guys how to do it. So we're going to use Floorp. Floorp is a Japanese-based web browser on a fork of what? Firefox. There are many other browsers out there, guys, that you guys could probably tell me and recommend that I should probably go download. But I'm going to tell you, I am going to use customization. But I do like the access. It's going to tell me I already installed Firefox before. Now, you can utilize your Floorp browser can utilize three things. It can use it on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Now, on my mobile phone, could I probably use it since it's a Linux-based, kind of like a Linux-based operating system? No. Unfortunately, Floorp is not a browser-based usable for your mobile phone. So if you like Firefox, your best option, I don't know if there's any other way, is Firefox. But I am going to show you guys how to do this. This is created through this, and it's on version 11. And you want to click on download the 64-bit installer. It's only works with 64-bit operating system, so if you're looking for the 32-bit, you're probably not going to be able to use this. You can use the Floorp Mac OS, and you can also use the Linux-based Floorp. I am going to utilize just the Windows-based operating system. It does not take that long to download for me, but it may vary depending on what you're using. As you know, I already installed it, so we're just gonna go. So we're just gonna boop, clear you out. Go open the downloads. Yes, I know my downloads. I need to clear it out. I need to fix a lot of that setup. Now it's going to tell you setup.ext by github.com/floorp-projects, floorp.get. It is safe, guys. It is nothing problematic. It's just Ablaze Floorp is a fork of Firefox. You could set to use customs. All it is just going to say you pointed at an address, and then you can add in those things. We're just going to put it standard. Hit next, hit install. This is something I wanted to really come in and share with you guys. That I have used also. The only other browser I have used outside of the typical Firefox, Chrome, and Edge browsers. I only use Edge or Chrome-based browsers if I can't access a certain website through it. And we're gonna click on finish, launch Floorp now. Okay, now Floorp is going to come up with this kind of setup. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to ask you, because I already installed it. But it's going to come up like this. It's going to say, welcome to Floorp, giving you access. It's a Japanese. Remember, this isn't American. We're going to show you how to get this set up. So we're going to click ready to dive in. You could skip to start browsing, but let's show you guys. You can import data, guys, but just remember, you cannot import data from any data from your Firefox based browsers for it. You can select the basic Firefox look. You can go default, or you can go advanced. I'm going to stick with default because this over here is going to become useful at some point for me anyways. You can sign into your Firefox account if you have one, because it is a fork of Firefox, but I don't have anything linked for it. You have the Lipton Photo Design, Proton FX, Floorp, and stuff. I'm gonna stick to the Lipton design because we'll come back to this. I'll show you. We'll stick with that. Start browsing the web. Now, when you start browsing the web, it's gonna come and look a lot like this. Your browser is going to pretty much default to what this is. Now, open Floorp. Time to restart your computer. You can now select Floorp to open automatically when you restart your device. Now, Floorp can automatically do that. But up here is your three dotted lines. Now we're going to go into settings, okay? Because we can change the way that Floorp operates. Okay, first off, this is just your general design, adding your own typical settings. What I like to do is I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to choose language. Choose your preferred language for display pages. It is going to display like that. But I also have the thing I always like to do is choose your preferred language for display pages. Okay, that's fine, but I believe I do have they must have. Okay, so we have the English US Floorp language settings. Choose. Okay, cancel. So set alternatives. I will have the other one in here. I do like to add the Canadian English in here. Because, hey, why not? We have the Canadian English, which is there, but I usually set it up for English first. It'll use the Canadian and that to display. I don't have it set anywhere. I do want to click on to translate web pages. This is the add-on that you can add into your web browser. This is available on Firefox for Android as well, but it is not, by any means, it is not available for one of those things. I like to use this where I prefer my English setup, and then it'll like sites always translate. Like I'm going to add always translate these sites. You want, because if you go to the actual website of Floorp, like you go to Floorp, okay, you go to Floorp, like you click this, but then you want to, like, you know, you have your language as English. But if you go and you click on release patch notes, it's not going to show you always in English. Because you can come to the A blog, but if you go here to Ablaze support, general Ablaze Flee short, what you can do is always, okay, because we're going to need this, because in case you do decide to use it, because it's not an English-based browser, we can always have it set to translate this. Always translate this, always. So now when you come in, it'll now should be allowed to be able to always translate this. Okay. And that's to place all categories, general announcements, and stuff. And this is where I always have it. You can set it to add to this. This is just a quality of life feature, guys, for sites like this. If you want to de-Googlefy yourself. I'm not de-Googlefying myself. I am more or less just experiencing some other ways to explore the World Wide Web, trying to not use as much American products as I can, except for Steam, Epic Games, and stuff like that, because unfortunately I can't get away from everything that I possibly want to do. And I'm not going to get rid of everything because Microsoft, as soon as SteamOS comes out, I'm going to probably get away from Microsoft, but for it. So yeah, you want to add this translate web pages. It might not be the best thing to use, but I do have it. Now, general when Floorp automatically install updates when Floorp is not running, which is a good thing. You always make sure that you do have that because it'll auto do it anyway. Always use the cursor keys to navigate web pages. You can restart automatically when settings that require restart are changed. Set that up. Recommend extension. Okay. Then I want you to, as we go through, we have these design. We have the Floorp Floral UI. I like the Floorp Floral UI, but I also am going to go and tell you, we're going to go to Manage Extensions. Okay, I always have this extension that I use on my, we can do the, that I always like to use, and hit Trans Pride. And this is the one that I use. I use the Dark Trans Pride one. Now, I don't use this for this, I only use it for my gaming computer. I don't use it for my laptop computer. I do use a different one, but I do add it, and it does. Firefox add-ons do work for this, by the way, so don't worry. We can set it up to fit Floorp Proton. I do like the Floral UI. It is changed a little bit though because of the, you can hide the tab bar. You can display the tab bar in a different way. Like you can display it down here. You can hide the tab bar. As you can see, it's a lot different over here because of the settings by default. So if we go and you're still not like quite for sure, you can always change it to fit. Color the tab bar using website's favicon color. Okay, I'm going to do this because that's going to help improving that. Now you can also set up your browser manager stuff available for you to use. Upload panels when hiding panels, global web page panels with whatever. You can choose however you want to do this. I just have it set up. Then you can click on your workspaces. Enable your workspace however you like. I don't need that. I only browse just for general browsing. You can add keyboard shortcuts to your browsing. You have a whole host of things. You can use files and applications, just automatically goes down there. You can disable notifications. I always you can do that. Web apps, you can enable web apps experimental. Cancel. We'll keep that there. Disable toolbars on web. some things. Now, your home. Okay, this is where you like your new tab. Right now, your home is just like this. And I don't like how they inundate me with these ad-based stuff. So what we can do is you can change the way that we do things. Now, I'm going to choose a image. You can choose an image for it. You can have it gradient. See how it is a gradient theme. You can also have a custom. You can disable the background. You can choose a custom folder and choose a browse your folder, which will automatically go to new tab. Okay, but since I always like to do this, I'm going to select that folder, and then now as you see, when I click on that, I can go on a new page, 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 new page. It's going to be random. Okay? You can do it that way. It's not going to be quite random unless you have like a whole bunch of stuff for it. I'm just going to turn that off. We're going to turn this off. So you can do custom image though. You can choose an image. Okay. Now I will tell you, if you choose the image, okay, you're gonna have to restart Floorp. For whatever reason, Floorp does not. Basically, you just have to close out, close all the tabs, close out Firefox. We're not using Firefox. Click on Floorp again, and then it will fix it for you. If you want to import your bookmarks, import some of that important data, I don't store my passwords online. I don't store any of that. I don't store it anywhere because unfortunately it's just a hassle for people to getting access to it. And I do have passwords varying of different variations, and I don't store them. It's best not to. So you can do that. You can also clear out your recommended stories, shortcuts, sponsored shortcuts, of course, web search, like that. I like to leave those there for it. You can disable like the blur effect. Like if you click on the blur effect, it just makes it darker. But if I turn on the thing, you're going to have to disable release notes and support links in Floor Home. Disable image credit. I'm not going to do that because I'm not using it, but that's just a setting that you can do if you want to, do that. You can change your default search engine and stuff. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I do not use Google. I use StartPage. StartPage is a lot more privacy oriented. I don't like to use Google unless I absolutely am looking for something desperately. I will go to StartPage first, and then I will go to Google because for later things. You have all of these things that you can change. You could add more default search engines, but I do use StartPage as my main. Google is my secondary. DuckDuckGo is my third, only if I am browsing privately. For your privacy and security, you want to add tell websites not to sell or share my data. Turn those on. You want to add. I do add uBlock Origin, not for Google though. I do have uBlock Origin disabled for Google though. For Google things because you guys need to receive that. I do Facebook container, add that in here as well. It is by Firefox, but I would recommend you have it because it will protect your data from leaking your data outside of Firefox, outside of Facebook or bringing it into Facebook. If you use Facebook a lot, like for it, it's a great way to add it. There is some other things. Enable strong protection against fingerprinting. If you don't know how to do this, there is a website that is for testing your thing on whether this, if you're privacy conscious. Go and look up it's a privacy thing. It's I can't think of it right now. It's a let me see. I did use it before. Hold on. Let's go over to Firefox, guys. No. Browser leaks. Okay? Go over to click on browser leaks. Okay? I'm not going to show you everything on browser leaks, of course. You go to browser leaks, and the one I like to use and then I go and type in proxy, because it will do that. Content filter, it does not block typical things for any of these, but because I have a uBlock origin and because I have this canvas protection, it does add that available, but you have to turn it on by default. It will not, you have to turn it on because by default it's not going to be there. So you want to turn that setting on. Disable WebGL, don't need to worry about that. You can delete cookies on your way out the door. Turn off autofill. Don't use this if you are. I do have it to remember history. Because I use it defaulted. I always like to remember my history. I do clear it out. Enable HTTPS only mode in all windows. Unless like I manage like exceptions, like use this, it will save your behind. I would recommend you use an increased protection, not the default. If you use the default, go to Cloud. I have Cloudflare as my default, or Next DNS. I always go to Cloudflare over Google, because it's got a little bit more protection and it's going to be a lot better for it than being tied to Google. Floorp will always for that, use your default DNS resolver. This is basically not recommended. You want to have the increased protection. Only use default DNS resolver if there's a problem with a secure DNS. I would recommend you do this. If it does not resolve to this, then you can use the default DNS for it, which is a better. Now, you could also security risk warning for using any system DNS. Just use your increased protection. It's just going to be a better default. It's not going to protect you completely, but you can do that. Now, some more, you can do some things within this browser, like manage your profiles. You can manage more profiles than what is absolutely needed, but I don't get into those nitty gritty. I just like to have this on the side. My privacy is extended a lot better here for more customizable, because I like this sidebar over here for it. But I also want you to, I also install malware. Okay, now it's not Malwarebytes. It's not malware, it's Malwarebytes. I add this in because it is a trusted source, guys. I did use it while I was in school. Malwarebytes is a trusted source for it all. Another setting I also like to use is in enhancer, enhancer. I know I don't think I spelled it right. Darn it. Enhancer for YouTube. Okay, I do use this. This is another one that I would recommend. It's a recommended one. It's not something I do use it. It can be installed on Chrome, Edge, Firefox, pretty much in it. But and I think I also do install another one that I do use. I use it. It's called Privacy Badger, and these are all recommended by Firefox for me. So I'm just going to transfer it. If I can use it by Firefox, I'm going to use it. This just protects the electronic from. It's just a project that allows automatically learns to block invisible trackers. Takes a minute to see how. Basically, it just will block my tracking and it will just block it for these websites and will improve my browsing experience because you might come across something. Those are the basic things that I tend to use with Floorp. Floorp is absolutely a browser that I'm going to stick here for a while. Now over here on this side you can add some other things like the use for mobile user agent. Like if you say, oh, I want TikTok, right? I can go to let's say I want TikTok, right? Let's go to TikTok. Okay? We go to make your day with TikTok. Okay? Then we go over here. I know I missed some settings, but we can go to TikTok, add this as a following, use mobile agents as a web there. Okay. And then when I click on this, it will bring up TikTok over here. And it will utilize the web container where possible. So let's go search mine. And it might not work for everything. But you can add things like that. Now, there were some other things that I did not show you guys in the settings. You can go up here to this three little dots. Go to settings. Now, when you go down here to your design, there was a thing that you can do, and I have it set to use dark and then appearance dark as well. I would recommend that you set it this way for it. You can, I did notice something new, that if I wanted to say, okay, let me say I want to go to YouTube, okay, YouTube.com. Okay, let's say I wanted to go to YouTube, and then let's say I want to go to Reddit. Okay, because I want to sit and browse Reddit. Okay, I can open into split view and put these things here. Now you can't modify these things, but you can do that. You can also split this tab in a tab without split view. Okay. Now if I close the tab, it'll close out of the split view. So it's a great thing there that I can utilize for that you can utilize for like certain things, like you're studying for a test or you're needing some notes or you can use that to your advantage. I don't think, if I go over here, does Firefox have this? It does not. That is actually something that that's why I came over to Floorp. It's because I can utilize that to make it better. So, Floorp is there. Now, you want to import your bookmarks, right? So what you can do is you can import your things from Microsoft, or you can bookmarks from a HTML file. Okay, but you can actually do it through the Johnson file as well. But if you want to do that, you can do this by going up here and clicking on bookmarks, manage bookmarks, import, restore. Like you can back up your data. Like you go over here, you click on Firefox, you want to import it from Firefox. You go to bookmarks, click on manage bookmarks. I will have my bookmarks blurred out, but you can import from data from another browser, but you can also click on backup, and you can back up the data onto this Johnson file here. I have not changed any bookmarks or anything since then. Then I can go here to import, restore, choose a file. I can choose the file that I created earlier. I created it earlier because I had done this on another thing. So now I can remove the import tool mark, and I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to come over here, and you can add things, move things, put them where you need. But if, let's say, you want to go to I'm going to add Floorp. Okay, we're going to go to the Floorp's web page. Okay, and then we're going to bookmark Floorp. Okay, and we're just going to call it the Floorp browser, because that way then I can have access to it. It is now saved to my bookmarks. Okay, and then we can just throw it up here, and we can do it that way. Now that's how you can do it that way. So if you guys want to see content from me, this is a great way to get into a new browser that you might not have ever experienced yourself. Like typically the biggest browser used is Chrome, by the way. And I don't care what you use, but I do use Firefox, but we're going to use Floorp. We're going to see how things go with this, because I wanted to be able to have a different browser base. I'm not being forced to use it. Now, the data for this is open source, but it might not be quite open source as you might think, but it is an open source based. So, if you guys want to see me on a review basis when it comes out in a month or so, how long have I been using it? Is it actually going to be something that's going to be great? I use it for that, and we'll see. I'm going to have to log in again to all of my stuff, but we will be able to manage on it. Now, as you know, it does not have that. So let's close out the Floorp. We're going to open up the Floorp again, because I do like to utilize the dark side of Floorp. And for whatever reason, we go over here to settings. We go down here to design. it does not seem to go to dark on it. Like this side right here is not dark, but I have it dark on my thing. I wonder if that's a bug within this. I wonder if I use the UI for this one and see what happens if we refresh the page. Nothing. I'm going back to Floorp Perennial for it because we're going to use the Floorp's setup. I have it automatic. Okay, yeah. So it's not going to. It's going to bring me into this light thing. Follow my systems thing. I wanted to see how things go. Because when you go to start page, it should be dark design, and start page is not dark. We can go to settings here, and I wonder if and to change it to dark. Resend. Okay, so no, we can set this system to dark. And I always like to use the dark pages where I can. It does not seem to the single-handedly in the settings when you go to design. Let me set Floorp now. We're going to use the design. You can add a design through it. So like if I wanted to continue to add more, it will add more and more and more. As you can see, it goes and creates as more as you want for it all. And you can do it that way. I don't really care as much for it. So that's a lot of the settings and things you can set up for it. There's the web, the workspaces, but design on all of this. Optimizable browser for vertical tabs or vertical tab bar there, tab bar to display, default. We're just gonna leave it default. You can hide that. Show the bookmark toolbar at the bottom of Floorp. Like you can change see that's that advanced thing that you could do. Is to change things. You can magnify there, but I do have it set to dark. For whatever reason, it's not working properly for that. But we're going back to cancel. Nope. I'm going to keep that there because that's what's default. So, anyways, guys, that's going to be it to show you guys on how to set up Floorp, how I use Floorp. Yes, will tell you there are some things that I do that you might see because I go out and check that. But I will tell you this. This is just to make your browsing experience a lot more better. YouTube and Floorp app 1, Privacy Badger has 1, so it does protect your tracking information. Privacy Badger will prevent your tracking. It's not perfect. It's just going to block some of that tracking for you, and that's what's going to help as much. So, anyway, Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go play some Fortnite tonight. We've got 2 things for Fortnite. For it, we got a couple of new songs tonight for Fortnite. So if you guys want to see that, I'm always live, pretty much over on Trovo and TikTok. But if you guys want to see content from me for non-live content or past live streams uploaded here to YouTube, hit that subscribe, hit that bell notification, or content like this. We'll let you guys know how Floorp is doing after a month of use. See what is it just the same thing as Firefox, and that's all it is. We will see. So anyways, I want you guys to know, make sure that you guys hit that bell notification with the all as well, because you're never going to get updated if you don't. You could do personalized if you don't want to see everything from me and just want some content. If you're indeed for that, hit that like if you guys want to see more stuff. Let me know what's your favorite browser to use down below. Outside of Firefox, outside of Chrome, outside of that. Now I will tell you, I will still probably use Firefox because I do support Firefox and do support what they're doing. Doesn't matter what their data is for or what their data is down below in their terms of service. I'm still going to support it because I support Firefox more than I support any other browser based out there. So I want you guys to know that this is not an American browser based in America. It's based in Japan. So if you are looking to trying to remove yourself from an American company because you're in Canada or because you're in these do that, you can do Floorp and you can still have that access to Firefox and its thing. But I would highly make not quite 100% don't trust Floorp because there's still nothing there. But we'll see how things go within a month, and so we will see you guys later. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Oh, and also check out these videos too here as well.